Hello everyone, my name is Shocker, and you are watching the Raw Review on the Rasslin Club. As I said, my name is Shocker, and this is the Rasslin Club. Now, go ahead and sit down and enjoy this Raw Review, because last night's Raw was actually decent. Now let's talk about what happened. Starting off the show, Shane McMahon came out to a huge pop, just like the one he came out to a few weeks ago. And I knew it was going to be good because Shane has brought his A game on his return to the WWE. And he started talking, and I was listening to everything he was saying. And everything he was saying was things that I have thought for a long time. Saying that Vince is out of touch. Saying that the same superstars get the same opportunities over and over, while these other guys with amazing talent just get overlooked. And I really couldn't believe what I was hearing because I'm like, man, is this a shoot? Is Shane, going off the script saying what he believes and what most fans believe? But it was really interesting to see because you don't see that much anymore, which is, I keep saying that over and over when I talk about this Shane and Vince stuff, but you don't see it anymore. And Shane started talking about The Undertaker and how he respects The Undertaker, and then you hear the gong. And it's just Vince trolling us all. The Undertaker's not there. It's just Vince coming out. And Vince comes out to a huge boo. And then the fans decide to scream CM Punk at Vince. And you can tell from the start of it that he cannot stand this. And he's like, oh, let's see how long this will last. And by the time he says that, the chants have stopped, unfortunately. If I was there, I would have kept chanting at him just to prove a point to Vince that, we still love CM Punk. But anyways, Vince started talking about how he didn't care about Shane anymore, and he brought out a picture of him taking Shane to his first WWE show back when he was a little kid. And Vince took the picture, threw it on the ground, and stepped on it. Yeah, it was pretty good, but then he all of a sudden said, Shane, you're getting escorted out of the arena. And he brought out 4 security guards. They came to the ring, and Shane said, you don't want to mess with me. And they had to learn the hard way. The first guard walked up to him, and Shane clocked him, and he kept punching him, threw him out of the ring. The other 3 got beat up as well, and that was Vince, hire a better security team next time. But then Shane's music hit, and that was the end of the promo, and it was honestly great. As I said before, Vince and Shane work so well together. Yeah, they're father and son, but it's just a great chemistry on TV, on live TV. It's something you don't get with every superstar. There's some superstars who do really well together, and these two are amazing together. And I just want to keep watching them. I could watch them the entire show with nothing else happening, and I would be fine with it. I was telling one of my friends that this reminded me of a lot of the Attitude Era when I was watching this promo. And it was really cool, thinking back to the Attitude Era when I saw this. I'm like, man, they had some great stuff back then, and they can still do it today with the TV PG rating. They don't need the bad words, the bad language, the violence, but they could do some great stuff just like they did in the Attitude Era, and this shows it. I mean, these 2 guys are great, and if they do more things like this, then we're going to get a better product. Next on Raw, we had Kevin Owens versus Adrian Neville, or Neville, I guess they got rid of his first name. But this match stole the show for me. It's something that I want to see every week. I just want to see a great match on Raw every week, and we do every now and then. But man, I mean, this is great. The spots were great. Neville hit the red arrow from the middle rope, and Owens kicked out, and he couldn't believe it, and then he got rolled up for the loss. But it was still a great match. I mean, the crowd loved it. It made you think Neville was about to win, which is always cool to see. But Kevin Owens pulled out the win in the end, and he just started beating up Neville, destroying him. I mean, he was getting ready to powerbomb him onto the apron. And then you hear Sami Zayn's music hit. That's right, Sami Zayn is back on Raw. Now, a lot of people don't remember that he did have a match against Cena a few months ago for the U.S. title on Raw, but he got hurt after that, and he kind of went back to NXT for a little bit, but now he is back on Raw, renewing his rivalry with Kevin Owens, and I cannot wait for this. This is a match I wanted to see in WWE since I found out they were both in the WWE. If you haven't seen Kevin Owens in Sami Zayn's matches in Ring of Honor when they were El Generico and Kevin Steen. Please go watch them. You will thank me. They are amazing. Their tag team matches are amazing. Their one-on-one matches are even better. Just please go watch those. But it looks like we're going to get Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen, but I've also heard rumors that Neville may be in the match, Miz may be, Ziggler may be. There's maybe going to be a big gimmick match, which honestly, I think we'd all rather see Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens because it's going to be an epic match when it does happen. And what better place to do it than at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania 32. I'm hoping that's what we get. And something else I noticed in this match, Neville gets better every single week. I swear, every time I see that guy, he is doing stuff that I don't know how he does it, but he is the man. I see Neville being a future star in this company. I know you may not see it right now, but one day I see him being at the top, and he deserves it because the man is amazing. But that was the moment of the night for me. Owens picked up the win. Sami Zayn debuted. And we're getting ready for WrestleMania, people. Next on Raw, we had Brie Bella versus Summer Rae. My exact thoughts when I saw this was meh. I mean, neither of them are that great in the ring. And I try to give Brie the benefit of the doubt because I love Daniel Bryan, but she's just bad. She's just bad. But Brie was about to pick up the win, and then Lana's music hit. And she got distracted, and Summer Rae rolled her up and beat her. And Lana came in and did the Bella Buster to Brie. And I'm like, man, she's been training, obviously, but it looks like Lana is going to have her first wrestling match at WrestleMania 32, which is going to be really interesting to see because I know she's been training for a really long time getting ready to wrestle. And I'm thinking she's going to be pretty good. I don't really know how much experience she's had before. I don't think she had any wrestling experience before coming to the WWE. But it's going to be really cool to see what she does in the ring. Maybe she'll surprise everyone and be one of the best divas on the roster. But it's going to be hard with Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch and Bayley. But she may, surprise everyone, like I said. And the match was really short, obviously. But Summer Rae picked up the win in the end. And Brie and Lana continue the rivalry from last week. And it looks like it's going into Mania. And we'll just see how that goes next week. Next on Raw, we had Ambrose coming out. Yeah, to a huge pop, because Ambrose is the freaking man. And he starts talking trash about the game, and we find out that Ambrose loves the children. He is a little kid lover. He told us all he loves the kids. But, Ambrose is great on the mic. He was telling, I want this. I want to be on this TV show, this talk show. I want to be in this movie. I want to be in a suit next to you, Triple H, promoting all of this. And it was really cool to see. Ambrose is funny, and he is really good at what he does. People often don't give him the credit he deserves, which I know people know he's good, but, man, he is freaking awesome on the mic. And Triple H comes out. And he starts telling him, the authority always wins, blah, blah, blah. Which Triple H is awesome on the mic, because, well, we all know that. But, the authority angle isn't the greatest. It's been on the show for 3 years now, I think. And it's just kind of growing stale. I like when Triple H has his promos, not mentioning the authority, just talking about himself and what he's going to do to his opponent. That's always great. But Triple H tells Dean Ambrose he's delusional, and the best line from this promo is, he's like, I'd rather be delusional than whatever you are. And, that was awesome for me, because he just gave him that look, and then he went, full game, I'm going to bury you. Okay, he didn't say that, but it's going to be a good match at, what's it called? Roadblock. Yeah, Roadblock. And something I noticed about this is Roman Reigns is nowhere to be found. Where is Roman Reigns? Did Triple H kill him when he beat him up? Who knows? But I think they're keeping Reigns off the show, so people may forget about him, because if he would have been on the show tonight in Chicago, he would have got booed out of the building. Last week, I think they should have had him on the show, because he would have got a better reaction, considering the crowd they were at, and the arena they were at. But no, they kept him off the show last week, and this week too. I don't know what they're doing with Roman. I don't know if he's going to be on the show next week. I'm not sure if he's announced or not. But it's weird that they're not having him on the show. He's kind of a on the side in this rivalry between Triple H and Dean Ambrose now. Which, if Ambrose wins at Roadblock, then we have a whole new dynamic to this. But I don't. I want it to happen. I don't see it happening. But it was a good promo. It was one of the better moments. And Triple H tells Dean Ambrose at the end of this promo that he has a match tonight in the main event against Bray Wyatt. And when I first heard this, I'm like, yeah, I've seen him fight plenty of times already, and they haven't even been here that long, but they always put on a good match, so I was going to look forward to it anyways. And we'll talk about that later when we get on to that. But that was that. Triple H told him he had a match, and Dean Ambrose was ready for it. Early on the show, Stephanie was backstage with Dolph Ziggler, and she told Dolph that he has a match tonight, a tag team match against the League of Nations. But he doesn't have a tag team partner, and he's facing 3 members of the League of Nations. And I'm like, Steph, just call it a handicap match, because that's what it is. But anyways, it was all over a tweet that Dolph had sent out. And I didn't see the tweet. I didn't know about it. And then they showed it on screen, obviously. And it was just about him beating the Authority at Survivor Series a couple of years ago. But this match, I wasn't feeling it at all. I mean, the League of Nations did not look like they were having fun at all during the match. Yeah, they had the funny thing at the end when they were all raising their hands up, which I thought was cool. The only one who looked like they were having any fun was Wade Barrett. And I think he's just having fun because he knows he's going to be leaving soon. Well, according to him, he's going to try to leave in the summer. But the rest of them just looked like they hated it. Like they didn't want to be in this match. And Dolph got buried by him. I mean, I think, honestly, this was a shot at Dolph saying, listen, if you don't listen to what we tell you, if you don't want to do what we want you to do, then we're just going to put you on matches that don't matter and let you lose every week on Raw. And it kind of sucks for Dolph because I used to love Dolph Ziggler. I mean, when he cashed in his Money in the Bank and won the night after Mania against Del Rio, man, I loved it. I'm like, finally, Dolph was getting his shot to do or to be what he can be and show everyone that he really is that good. And then he got injured and just killed everything for him, and he never recovered from it, honestly. Yeah, he's face now, but he was better off as a heel, let's be honest. What has he done as a face? Nothing, really. It just kind of sucks for Ziggler because he is one of the most talented guys on the roster. Maybe something will change. Hopefully something will change soon, but right now things aren't really looking good for Ziggler. The match ultimately ended after Ziggler had pinned Wade Barrett, but he took a bro kick by Sheamus and they won, and that was it. After the match, we get a recap of pretty much Shane's career in the WWE, and this was the best promo video I have seen since Daniel Bryan's promo video at WrestleMania 30. I mean, I went back and watched this thing like 3 times because it was so good. It showed all of Shane's crazy spots when he fell off like 30 feet from that thing, man, and when he jumped off of it. I mean, it makes me more excited for the Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania, and that's what this thing was meant to do, and they did a great job with it. I'll give it to WWE. They do some pretty good promo videos, and the song on it was really cool. I couldn't remember the name of it, but I downloaded it as soon as I heard it, but it was really cool. After that promo, we got Becky and Sasha arguing backstage about their SmackDown match, and they were getting ready to go out for a tag team match against Tamina and Naomi. This match wasn't a very long match. It was actually very short, maybe shorter than the Brie Bella Summer Rae match, but it ended with Sasha doing this cool spot, and then she did the bank statement, and Naomi tapped, and it was a great finish, but it was really weird. And then Charlotte attacked Sasha from behind, and then Becky runs into the ring and meets the same fate. I mean, she got destroyed too. Which, it's cool to see Charlotte, get the upper hand. Because lately, Sasha has been getting the upper hand on most of the shows. Which, you gotta let her, get beat up some. Just so people will think, man, what if she doesn't win? But, I mean, it looks like Sasha's gonna win this match at Mania. Because, she's the best one. That's my opinion, but Sasha is the best one out of these 3 divas. And when Bayley gets caught up, I want to see Sasha versus Bayley again because I can't get enough of that match. Next, we were backstage and R-Truth was dressed like a delivery pizza guy. I was very confused. And he gave it to Goldust. And he's like, Goldust, I want to be your partner. And partners get each other pizza. I'm ready to be your tag team partner. And Goldust is furious because he's lactose intolerant. And he's like, if you were a real tag team partner, you would know that I am lactose intolerant. And I mean, it was crazy. It was weird, but I mean, that's what you're gonna get with R-Truth and Goldust, anyways. But it has potential. Trust. I know it may not look like it, but I think it has potential. That's my opinion. Just because I like Goldust and R-Truth is funny. He's not the worst in the ring, but he's really funny. But they leave the pizza there, and then Mark Henry comes up and eats it, which I thought was funny, but a little corny, but it is what it is. Next, the New Day comes out, and they're amazing. I'm wearing their t-shirt right now because the New Day rocks. But they come out, and they talk about how they are a real tag team. And Big E even goes on to say that they all have matching tattoos. But the other two, Kofi and Xavier, are like, no, we were just kidding about that. And Big E got a tattoo of a unicorn on a rainbow. And yeah, it was pretty funny. But Y2AJ came out after that. Jericho came out first. He got a pop. AJ Styles came out second, and he got a bigger pop, and they kept chanting for AJ during the match. I was expecting a great match, but no, what we got, this was the second best match of the night, and it was great. I mean, AJ showed everyone what he can do, if you already didn't know. I mean, he did the 450 from the ropes, which is awesome. And Big E reversed Jericho's move at the end. He caught him, and he did the big ending. I mean, this match was great from start to finish. And the New Day, they didn't even really cheat, to win this match, which I like. They can actually win clean, and they need to win clean sometimes because, I mean, would still, try to interfere, but it wasn't a big difference maker. But they need to let New Day win clean because I think they're about to turn face, honestly. The only thing that could hold them back from turning face, I think, is if Big Cass and Enzo Amore move up to the main roster. And I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, we all think it's going to happen, but we're not really sure if it's going to happen yet. But this match ended. The New Day are still your tag team champions, which I love. And AJ and Y2J were sitting in the ring. And, they were helping each other up. They lost them. AJ Styles gets code breakered. Yep. They just got t-shirts made this week, or not this week, the previous week. So not even a week yet, the t-shirts have been out. And Chris Jericho turns on AJ Styles. He turns heel, full on heel, code breakers him 3 times just for, extra measure. And now he gets booed. And he shoves the t-shirt in AJ's mouth, which, that's the biggest heel thing to do. And now I expect Chris Jericho to show up on Monday Night Raw next week with a suit on, telling everyone he is the best in the world at what he does. But obviously this was a very short match. And when Ryback hit the running high knee, he did the go to sleep motion. And I don't know what I guess he's trying to be CM Punk. And I got a CM Punk chant from the crowd, of course. But he's been doing CM Punk moves for a while now. I know he tweets making fun of it. But come on, dude. Come on. But as soon as Ryback won the match, he completely just walked out of the ring. Nothing. He's like, I'm not celebrating. I'm just going back to backstage. I do my thing. You do you. And I kind of like what they're doing with that. I mean, Ryback, he's got a few pushes already in his short WWE career, and they have been failed pushes, but I kind of like this. He's not a heel, he's not a face, he's just looking out for himself, which is actually a gimmick I could go with. I mean, you don't see a lot of superstars being tweeners nowadays, unfortunately. I kind of like the tweeners a little bit better, but Ryback, I think he can make this work because, the bully Ryback was funny, but he was a heel and not many people liked him. And when he turned heel on Cena, he was hot for a few weeks and then they cut him off. And when he was with Heyman, that was kind of stupid. But hopefully this will work for Ryback because, he's not bad. He's improved a lot. And he's a funny guy too. But this might help him out a little bit, I think. And as for Curtis Axel, just keep doing you. Keep doing the axe chop, because that was awesome, man. Do that every match, and maybe you'll win one. Trust me, you'll get one eventually, man. Next, Bray Wyatt came up on the Titantron saying he's going to do what Ambrose could never do, and that's defeat Brock Lesnar Saturday at Roadblock. And tonight he's going to make an example of Dean Ambrose. And Bray walks to the ring without the family, which I'm like, did they drop the Wyatt family and not let anyone know? But the match was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't anything new. We've seen it before, and it wasn't different than the other matches. But Dean got control of the match pretty fast, and it was back and forth pretty much the whole entire match. And then Dean went for the dirty deeds, but Bray Wyatt ran out of the ring. And then he went after him, but Bray caught him for the Sister Abigail, which I love that spot. If he did that spot every week, I would be happy. But they get back in the ring eventually, and Ambrose gets control with the rebound clothesline. And the Wyatt family music hits. And I'm like, okay, they didn't just drop them and not let anyone know. And they all surrounded him and beat him up. Bray lost by DQ, which Bray obviously doesn't care about that, or his character doesn't. And the creative doesn't care that Bray never wins. And that's a problem. But we'll have that for another video, maybe, down the line. And the beatdown continued for a while as he kept beating him up. And then he hit another Sister Abigail. And as they were celebrating, the game's music hit. And he came out with his suit and tie. And he took his tie off. Or he's taking it off as he got to the ring. And Triple H looked at Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt got up in Triple H's face. And the crowd started chanting, yes. And I was like, yes, let's see this. And Bray Wyatt looked at him and grabbed the title for a moment. I'm like, oh my gosh, please let this happen. And then he kind of laughed it off and then left. But he kept looking at Hunter. And it was an awesome moment. It made me think, you know what? Let's just have Bray Wyatt versus Triple H instead of Roman Reigns, because that's the match we really all want to see now, right? But as Ambrose was laying on the ground, Triple H took his jacket off. And he took forever. And by the time he took his jacket off, Dean Ambrose was already up, and he hit Triple H with the dirty deeds, ending the show with Dean Ambrose holding the title above his head, which kind of sucks for Ambrose because we all know how that ends. If you beat him up on Raw, you don't win at the pay-per-view. It kind of sucks, but you know, maybe they'll throw a curveball at us. So I want some more excitement, some more unpredictability. That is my thing. That's going to be my new gimmick, is unpredictability. That's right, the unpredictable shocker. That is my new gimmick. But that's Raw for us. And that was this week's episode. And we hope you enjoyed our review of it. And we hope you enjoyed Raw. It was a pretty good Raw. We've had ups and downs, but this first hour was amazing. And it went a little bit south after that, but it picked back up toward the end. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please like it and subscribe and let other people know about us here at Rasslin Club, because we love talking about wrestling and we just want more people involved with our show. And don't forget, this Thursday, our very first Throwback Thursday episode with WrestleMania 1 starring The Executioner. That's right, you really don't want to miss that one. Anyways, we'll catch you on the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Did you enjoy this video? Do you want more Rasslin Club? Click subscribe today. And you're going to get Throwback Thursdays every Thursday, talking about pay-per-views from the past. Different ones every Thursday. And every Sunday, you're going to get the Rasslin Club podcast. Subscribe today.